Alright, hey everybody, AG51 Goose here. I guess actually I should say Cat 51, seeing how I have changed their name. So basically this video I wanted to show how easy it was to set up VR to work in DCS. I got my headset back in December. And I hadn't played with it much because it was a hassle to try and get this thing to work. I spent days on trying to get this thing to work, and it's not that the information ain't there; it is there, but it's just so scattered and it's hard to find. So now with DCS adding the OperXR to their file, it makes it a lot easier to install it. So that's what I wanted to show in this video, was how easy it is to do that. And I have the HP Revive 2 system. I am using the built-in microphone with it, so I wanted to do that to show that how well that actually works. So one of the things you need to do is you need to create another shortcut. So you can see I got one here called DCS VR. And when you create another shortcut, what you have to do is in your original shortcut, you're going to have this line here. You'll see it's actually bin/DCS.exe and the two quotation. Well, this is the piece you need to add to it right there for the VR to work. Once you add that, your VR works just like that. So that's one of the things you need to do. And of course, when you set your headset up, this is another program that you have to get. That's what makes the headset work. The mixed reality portal, but that explained with your headset how to do that. And the other thing I suggest to get is the OperXR toolkit. And with the OperXR toolkit, when you're in the game, you bring up the menu. Right now, default is control F2, and it brings up a menu, and you can do your setting changes for graphics and stuff, right? So it helps you get a better picture and everything. All right, so let's go ahead and launch this DCS. Alright, so I'm going to throw my headset on here. And of course, up until DCS gets into the launch menu, you're going to be looking at the, well, I call it the apartment, but I forget what they call it, the home house or something like that. Yeah. Alright, so here we go. It's going to be launching here shortly. Alright, so my new computer, I'm running 64 gigs of DDR5 RAM. I got an i9 clocked at 3 megahertz right now, but I can do it to overclock it at 5.7, which I haven't done yet. And of course I have the NVIDIA 4090 RTX video card. So we'll just go ahead and get this thing started up. Oops, that was not what I wanted to hit. Well, it looks so different when you do this in VR compared to doing it in 2D. Alright, so I'm adjusting here. Like I say, I still gotta use a bunch of the keyboard keys. I haven't gotten everything programmed on the new computer yet. Uh-oh. Of course, now I'm trying to show you guys how this works. I'm gonna start having issues, right? Roll up. Nothing difficult. Alright, so as I was saying here, you can see, you know, as I look out and around, around the building edges and stuff, it's a little bit blurry. you know, it's not as clear as it can be, that's for sure. But again, as I said, the whole point of this, I have not touched any settings in DCS. I haven't touched any of the settings on the VR with the OperXR toolkit or anything like this. This is just all running straight off of default. So basically, on my new computer here, all I did was plug in my headset to the computer and made the shortcut for DCS, and then downloaded the 2 files that I showed, and through it came into the game and came into the game and started to play it. And so we're getting a little bit of some funky moving there, but so, and I don't think, you know, like for something out of the box, like when I first got this, as I said, I spent days just trying to get this to work in DCS because the information wasn't there, and I ended up using Steam VR. And to get it to work into DCS. Alright, rolling. Should lock that nose wheel, but not going to. And anyways, so I was using Steam VR to run it in DCS. The problem with Steam VR is it worked okay, but I could only get 25, 30 frames, and that was it. I couldn't get any more with the Steam VR, and all their training guides they had on it, none of them would work. So information again was really a pain in the butt to try to find on it. And then I come across a thing that said that the OperXR, you could use the OperXR or tell Steam to use the OperXR. So, and how they tell you to do it, you know, I was following the instructions for it, and I'd get like 3 folders in, and then all of a sudden the folder wasn't there that was supposed to be there for it, and I said, well, that doesn't make sense. So I spent something like 3 hours researching this to try and figure out how to get it to work in the OperXR to work in Steam VR. And I come across this guy's post that you know, basically said that you can do it, but you have to be running the Steam beta version, and if you're not running the Steam beta version, you can't do it. And of course I wasn't running Steam beta version, so my 3 hours I just wasted. You know, if when I came across the information that said you could run the OperXR with Steam, if that was with that information, then I wouldn't have wasted 3 hours trying to figure out how to get this thing to work. And that is what I think turns a lot of people off that haven't gotten it or tried it, because of the amount of hassle it is to try and figure out how to get these things to work. You know, but once you have the information, once you know how to do it, it's easy as pie. So that was the whole idea I had with this video here, was to say, look man, all you need to do is make this shortcut, add this to the end of the start line, download the OperXR toolkit, and what mixed reality portal, because you need that for the headset to work, and you're golden, man. You're in there. That's all there is. And as you can see, like I said, I haven't played with any settings, and as you can see, I think she looks pretty good. You know, obviously I can do some more tweaking. I can get my frames up more. Speaking of which, let's bring that up and see what we got for frames here. Okay, so right now I'm in the 50s. So, and this, like I said, is all off a default setting, right? So now let's see if we can't find that find a tanker here, and I'll go tank for you guys. I know he's going to be a ways away, so let's see. We're on 18. So it looks like he's picking the tanker up 95 miles away, so I'm going to go ahead and switch this over to my HSI so I can put it on the tack end. And I'll make sure I trim the ILS on, because if I don't do that, I'll forget when I come into land. There's no doubt there. Alright, so I'm going to kick in the burners and burn off some of this fuel that I have on board and stuff, and we'll go plug in with the tanker and see how that works for me. It'll be only the second time to ever tank with VR. My first time was on my older computer. Okay, so we're 25 miles out from the tanker. I'll give him a shout at 20. Radio 2. F6. 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 Drawback to this guy. F1. F1.
Texaco 1111. Request rejoin.
And again, he's not answering. So, we gotta figure out why. F1.
Texaco 1111. Request rejoin.
Okay, so something a little screwy going on here. Just gotta love it when stuff doesn't work. Briefing. So this is Texaco 11. 18 X-rays is TACAN. And he's on channel 251 at 20,000. So are we on the right guy here? F1.
Shell 1111. Request rejoin.
And
11 Shell 11. Proceed to pre-contact at 18,000 at 300.
see, that guy answered, but that was not. Okay. Let's see, we can't figure out what the hell's going on here. My goodness.
Texaco 1111. Request rejoin.
Okay, so he fuck. In the briefing, Texaco 11 is a KC-135. Okay, so I can't tank with that motherfucker. Oh. Okay, guys, so I got my tankers all mixed up there, so I was trying to go to the KC-135, not the MPRS one, which means I can't tank with them, so we're going to switch over here. This is Shal. He's on channel 18. That explained why I couldn't get who I wanted. Get this channel back up again. Come on. Radio 2, F6, and he's got them crossed out for some reason. I don't know why. F1. I kind of wonder, because this is a new copy of DCS, maybe it's got the auto radio communication hooked up. Is probably what's going on. I forgot about changing that. Slay's had his new computer and everything, alright. So I'm kind of doing this wrong, because technically when you come into the tanker, you should be on this side of them. Come into port holding, and you sit on this side with them. And then your wingmans will be off your left side, right, and then you will roll in, call in that you're rolling into the pits. Alright, so 201 rolling into left pit. I don't know why the probe won't come out with the voice attack. Probe out. I'll have to look at the commands to see what that's doing. Alright, so this is going to be pink because I'm going to have to look down the manual to do it. Which is usually what happens. Down to manually do it. Alright. Man, this thing's turning out very well, that's for sure. Yeah. The way it normally goes when you're playing though. The joystick has got about a ½ inch play in it before it does anything, before you feel the spring, so. And then when you hit the spring, it's like hard as a rock, so it's get her close, but you know, we got a little foreplay going on here. Yeah, well, what fun is it if you don't have a little foreplay, right? Oh, did I call ready pre-contact? Probably not, eh? F1?
Ready pre-contact. Return pre-contact.
I knew that was Kevin because it was a little out of whack. Radio 2. F1. Oh, you bugger. Didn't take the command. Oh my god, I'm really blowing this out of whack, ain't I? Radio 2. F1.
Ready pre-contact. Clear contact.
There we go. Now maybe she'll plug in for me. A little bit of the wrong side there. Just a little. I'll move her over just a tad here. Ooh, come on, back up. There we go. Okay, forward a bit. No. Don't dip your nose. Bugger.
Contact.
There we go. Okay, power. Give her some juice. Push it in there real
You're
quick.
taking fuel.
Come on, They said that's that play that I got in this stick. I know it's really gonna screw me up. Alright, let's try her again. What I like to tell people is you watch other people tank and you'll see how they come into the basket like this, all really nice and smooth. And then when the basket gets close to them, all of a sudden they start going wonky or all over the place. They chasing the poor thing.
Contact.
There we go. That's better.
You're taking fuel.
Now, as long as they don't... Oh, you sucker. I don't know why she popped out there. Should know. But the neat thing with VR compared to 2D, one thing I definitely say is like, you come to these tankers, these airplanes are huge in VR. It's amazing. Even the basket's a lot bigger.
Contact.
Alright, let's...
You're taking fuel. Contact.
Oh, he's gonna
Return
come on.
pre-contact.
I know he's going to. Alright, we got enough of that. Let's see if I can get the probe to go in here. Radio 2. F1. Alright, so that was a little bit of tanking, and now we're kind of looking at the Caucasus Mountains here, which are pretty nice looking. Let's go ahead, seeing how we're nice and low, let's go ahead and take a dip down here. Look, see, and I'll change my TACAN to boats. And we'll land at the boats. Right. So again, as I said, I have not done any adjustings to the settings on my VR or in the game. This is, default. Other than, obviously in the game I had it set up for 2D. But I haven't changed any of the graphic settings or anything for the VR. So just kind of wanted to show how well this looks and how simple it is. Oh my god, making myself dizzy doing that crap. But as you can see, it's pretty good. It's a little bit blurry, but I already know that we can work all that stuff out. Without a doubt. Alright. That's pretty good graphics. Alright, let's get heading for the boat here. Alright, so take a look in a little bit at the scenery down there. I don't think that's very bad for, no cloud on that side. For something that's default. The HUD ain't quite as bright as I'd like to have it. It's a little bit dimmer. But, again, as I said, this is just straight plugging into the computer and then playing the game without doing any settings. So, and I can tell you with the cockpit, it's just awesome. It's you put your hand out, you think you're gonna see your hand. It is. It's really awesome. And the other thing is too is that I do wear glasses, so and I need progressive, so I can't do progressive with contacts. So I do wear my glasses in with my headset, and I've heard other people that use Oculus or the other ones say it's a real pain in the ass. With the Revive 2 that I have, I don't even notice that I have my glasses on. I don't even feel the frames being pushed against my head or anything. So it's a very comfortable. Like, I can hardly even tell I have the headset on my head, really. I mean, it's lightweight. It's, the only thing is it does have a big cable at the back, so sometimes you kind of feel that rubbing on your shoulder as you're turning your head and stuff. But other than that, it's awesome. Alright, so at initial, got your hook down. Could have had it down at initial, so I kind of blew that. I always blow that one. Yeah, pretty much. Alright, so I'm off with the carrier. We'll do our brake turn. Of course, I'm not quite hitting the first line like I should be. I should have looked at the side of the carrier too, or down on the carrier deck there, just going by to make sure that it was typical landing for me at the carrier, that's for sure. And of course, we're way too high. And in this position, what sucks here is I got to get down. And then when you get down, what happens, then you got to hit the juice because you don't want to hit the back of the boat, and then you end up floating over the carrier. So like I said, I really blew this one out the window, but as you can see, I'm going to overshoot her. Should miss a wire. Nope, caught. Surprising. Should have missed. Alright, so that's that. I don't know why the boat wouldn't answer. But again, you can see even on the boat here, let's get the hook up. I see a little bit of blurriness, but as I said, it's still playable. Without doing any screwing around. It takes 2 minutes. Download the mixed reality, download the Open toolkit, OperXR toolkit, make that shortcut for DCS. And that's the important one. If you don't do that shortcut, it won't go into DCS. You have to do that. And that was the thing I didn't know. I didn't have that. I thought you just went into DCS and went into the settings in DCS and told it to run VR. And then when you rebooted the game, I thought it would just run the VR because you told it to. But it doesn't work that way. You actually have to create that shortcut and tell it in that shortcut to do it. Otherwise it won't. So I will put in the link the part that you need to add to the shortcut. For anybody who's new, who hasn't gotten this, that when they get it, they know all they have to do. What to do is just grab that and do that. That'll save you a big hassle. And like I said, you'll be able to hop in and play right off the bat. I don't think the graphics are all that bad for being on a default setting. Of course, with the lesser video card, you might not get as good frames like on my other computer. I only have a 2060 RTX video card and 32 gigs of RAM on that one, and I was only getting 25 in here, 25 to 30. But the point I'm making is it was still playable, And if I knew all you had to do is make that shortcut key, and then you could be into the game. That would have saved me days of playing around trying to figure out how to get into the game. So hopefully this video helps people out there and everything. I'm going to say Cag Goose out for now, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Alright, y'all take care now.